Clutch Sports just signed DeAndre Hopkins. What do you think that means, as Hopkins is no longer representing himself, and where things stand on that scenario that dropped into the football laps on Memorial Day Friday?
Well, Rich, that dovetails with things we'd been hearing because Hopkins had been representing himself. And what that means for a lot of the guys who represent themselves is they have somebody who isn't certified by the NFL Players Association who is actually doing the representing for them. And the NFL has been sensitive to that in recent months. We had the Lamar Jackson, Ken Francis memo that went out. Don't talk to Ken Francis, who we reported was calling around to teams to try to get teams interested in making a run at Lamar Jackson via the offer sheet process under the franchise tag. Last year, it was St. Omni, the notorious St. Omni, who was reportedly calling teams to try to get someone to trade for Roquan Smith when he was unhappy with the Bears. And the St. Omni name has been percolating around with DeAndre Hopkins to the point where I was told the teams are very leery about dealing with him. And one of the things that happens when guys represent themselves, they set up dummy email accounts where they pretend to be themselves communicating with the team, but it's this off-the-books agent who uses the email account. Teams, I'm told multiple teams, would only talk directly to DeAndre Hopkins and not email him because of this practice of using the burner account. So he wisely hires an agent, cuts out any of these potential complications as he now embarks on what's not going to be an easy negotiation because he's going to want to get paid, and the teams that are out there that want him are not going to want to give him the kind of market value money he may be looking for. But at least there's going to be a free flow of communication between teams and the agents while they try to figure out the next move.
All right, so now that those decks have been cleared, who do you think is in on this conversation? What do you got?
I think the Bills and the Chiefs are the two teams to watch now. And I think they always have been. They're the two teams Albert Breer reported had spoken to the Cardinals before the draft, and it was the Odell Beckham $15 million fully guaranteed for 1 year that sent things sideways because that has ripple effects on the market and what guys think they're worth. I mean, teams haven't been willing to trade for the salary, $19 million plus, so he becomes a free agent, and they now have to decide, do we want this guy? And I think the other thing that makes it very advantageous for the player and for his new agent, if you go to the Chiefs, not only do the Chiefs benefit, but the Bills don't get him. If you go to the Bills benefit, and the Chiefs don't get him. There's extra value in that can be leveraged to get the best possible deal because you are helping yourself and you're hurting one of your top contenders for the same prize everybody's trying to get. And if Hopkins plays it right, he could end up getting maybe more than he otherwise would have gotten.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.